animals, if it's required to have kosher for Passover, food for animals or not. So I actually saw, when I told you the halakha meeting, I saw what the CRC writes down, and they said that definitely yes, which means when it comes to food for fish or for dogs, so you gotta check that that food will be not containing any chametz, right? But yesterday, it is edible for a dog. It's edible for us. Okay, so that's why it requires kosher for Passover ingredient. That's the opinion of the CRC and many Ashkenazim. But yesterday, one of the Avrechim, why? Because according to the halakha, having in your position chametz, it's even if you don't eat it, right? Now the halakha calls up any chametz that it's not eatable by animals. There is no isur whatsoever, even of having it, because it's not eatable even by animals. But something that is eatable by animals, it's a problem. Now, so that's right. Now there is. So yesterday, like I said before, I spoke with one of the Avrechim, and he told me that last year he saw a very interesting teshuvah from Rabbi Gidon ben Moshe, saying that really Chacham ben Tzion Abba Shaul, Chavruta of Chaim Ovadia Yosef, he held that any food for animals, that it's not eatable by humans, but it's eatable by animals, can be in the house without any problem during Passover. You're not allowed to have it mixed up in your food, even by mistake, which means you will have to be extremely careful whenever you feed your fish, to wash your hands well, okay, and not to have any drops of this type of food getting mixed into your plate or whatever it is, okay, because then it will be an isur, like I just said before. But it says regarding having chametz under your position, the isur applies only on chametz that is eatable by human and not edible, thank you, not edible by animals. Therefore, he says it is mutar. They asked this question to Chaim Ovadia Yosef, and he told him, Rabbi, is that correct or not? So the Rabbi said, let me check. And then after he checked it, he went back to the Rabbi Gidon ben Moshe and he told him absolutely yes. Yes, the halakha is like Chacham ben Tzion Abba Shaul. That we have no problem. We Sephardim. Ashkenazim, they're more machmirim. But we as Sephardim, we have no problem of having food for animals that is not for people, as far as it's not getting mixed up with your food. Okay, that's just to clarify the halakha that we mentioned yesterday. I want to quick share with you a very interesting insight. These parashiyot, Vayakel, next Shabbat, Pikudei, we're going to be reading about the Mishkan. And we had one fellow that was like the superstar of the building of the Mishkan. His name was somebody? Eliyav ben Achisamach. Eliyav ben Achisamach. Eliyav ben Achisamach, thank you. Eliyav ben Achisamach Lematedan. This Eliyav, the Gemara writes that he was very smart. But Olam gave him a special chokhmah to be able to do all type of utensils and the jobs of the Mishkan. How old was Eliyav? How old he was? The Gemara writes he was 13 years old. 13 years old. And this boy, Borei Olam gave him this type of gift. Now, Rabbi, let me just ask you a question. Why? Why him? Why out of so many people, the only one who got this gift was Eliyav ben Achisamach? Actually, it was Eliyav ben Achisamach and Betzalel ben Uri ben Hur Lemata Yehuda. There were these two. Betzalel was even, I think was Betzalel the 13 years old. I'm not sure right now. I'm just getting confused. But that's the question. The question is why these people? So I want to tell you, there is a different Gemara in Masechet Sanhedrin. The Gemara writes that there is 4 people that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was with them. The Torah says that Borei Olam was with them. Who are those people? So we have Yosef, V'Hashem Imo. No. The next one is Shmuel HaNavi, right? The prophet that made the first king of Israel. But also, I believe the Pasuk writes Hashem Imo as well. Then you have David HaMelech. And the 4th one is a surprise. His name is Ishmael. Ishmael, the son of Abraham. So, Rav Chaim Shmulevitz, he asked the following question. He says, hold on. 4 people, the Torah calls them, that Borei Olam was with them. Out of the 4 people, 3 of them became tzaddikim. How it's possible that Ishmael, the Borei Olam was with him, right? And Ishmael became a Rasha. Now, by the way, where do we found that Borei Olam was with him? Vayi Hashem et anar, the Pasuk says, which means when he was young. When he was young, already Borei Olam was with him, with Ishmael. So how come that Ishmael didn't become a tzaddik? How is that possible? And he gives the following answer, and I'll give you a short story before. There was a great rabbi by name the Maharam Bennett. He was an Admor, very big tzaddik. Yes. One time, one of his students came over to him, and he tells him, Rabbi, you know my financial situation, it's really, really, really bad. And I need right now to marry my daughter, and I don't know how to enter Bichla to that world. You know, where are we going to find some money? The rabbi tried to give him chizuk, but the guy, it was broken. So then the guy says to the rabbi, Rabbi, please, give me a beracha that I will win the lottery. I promise 20% for you, Rabbi. Okay? Give me a beracha that I will win the lottery. I said, but who said that? That's Rabbi, please, I beg you. You know, it's not for luxury and it's not for, it's actually to be able to leave. The rabbi, there was a great tzaddik, he tells him, Yi ratzon, that the numbers that he will choose will be the right numbers. The guy answered with all his power, Amen. And he left the room of the rabbi. He was walking back home. Thank you, Borei Olam. Thank you, Borei Olam. Thank you. He had such a emunah al-chachanim. For sure he's winning. For sure he's getting the money. He got home and he shared with his family. And then he goes actually to the lottery place. He fills up the numbers and he lost. He lost. He didn't get anything. The guy all broken goes back to the rabbi. Chacham, you promised me. What happened to you, Berachot? He says, what, you didn't win? No! Something may be wrong with you. Probably something wrong. Are you sure you wrote down the numbers? He says, yes. Hold on. Explain to me what happened exactly, step by step, from the moment that you left my house. The guy said, nothing. I left. I was very happy. I got home. And what happened at home? The guy said, listen, I was with my wife and my kids, and I told them, you know, the rabbi gave me beracha the Be'ezrat Hashem, the numbers that I'm going to choose are going to be the right numbers. Right? And then he says, Rabbi, what happened? And the guy says to him, Rabbi, before I went to play, I told my kids, let's see if I can guess the numbers that you will like to choose. Those numbers, I will actually play them. Yani, each kid should put one number. I'm going to write down in my paper the numbers. Okay? And then those numbers will be in the lottery. And then what happened? And then it was unbelievable, Rabbi. The numbers that I put on my paper were exactly the numbers that each one of my kids was thinking. You use the beracha. You use already the beracha for the lottery that you did in your house. You miss it. You miss the boat. Now this idea answers exactly the question that we have. How is that possible? That out of 4 people, the Borei Olam witnessed that he was with them. Out of these 4 people, Ishmael became a Rasha. Now what's the answer? The answer is, when Borei Olam is with us, Borei Olam is giving us a boost. Is giving us a gift. The question is, what do you choose to do with that gift? What do you choose to do? You can decide, that gift to become even more close to Borei Olam. To decide to be more tzaddik, more yirei shamayim. Or you can choose to take it to a different direction. So yes, Yosef HaTzadik, being in Mitzrayim, he decided to take that gift that Borei Olam gave him for the right path. Same thing by Shmuel, and same thing by David HaMelech. But Ishmael took that gift to the negative direction. My difference, not only by these great tzaddikim, but by each one of us. Borei Olam gives us gifts. Each one of us have his own don. It's called his own talent. This talent that Borei Olam gives us, it's a gift. You choose how to use it. I was here, I think it was a year ago, and there was a guy that came from Israel to collect money. Young fellow. So I came over to him, 2 words. Who are you? What are you collecting for? And the guy tells me, young guy. The guy tells me, when I was a kid, I was tested by Rav Chaim Kanievsky about the whole entire Masechet. I don't know which Masechet he said. Out of all the kids of all Bnei Berak, I was chosen to be tested by Rav Chaim Kanievsky. Now the test by Rav Chaim Kanievsky was like this. It was, how many times in Masechet Megillah there is the word Mordechai. How many times in Masechet this there is this word, that word. And you got to know the whole entire Masechet by heart. The kid knew the whole entire Masechet. He tells me, I was very smart. So, and now what happened? What happened? So now, whatever, I went to yeshiva and I was learning, but I didn't get connected. Tipesh. Borei Olam gives you gifts. Use them. The Torah is telling us, Betzalel ben Uri ben Hur, and Oliyav ben Ahisamach. Borei Olam give them the gifts of what? Of Chokhmah. And they decided to use it for the correct purpose. That's why they became so important in Am Yisrael. They had the zechut of using the Chokhmah for the good. Borei Olam give them the zechut to build up the house of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Mishkan. It's in our hands. You choose what to do with the gifts. You want to choose it for remembering brand names of I don't know what, or to remember all the names of the players of the team that you want, or you choose to remember, Dapim of Gemara or Halachot or whatever it is. It's in our hands. Chacham Ovadia Yosef, I'll finish with this, and I told you this in the past. His son, Chacham David Yosef, the chief rabbi of Israel today, he said that his father, Chacham Ovadia, had a memory unbelievable, right? Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. But one time, Chacham David came to the house to learn with his father, and he tells him, Abba, there was a question, I don't know what, so write down, like, call me. He says, okay, what's your number? I'm writing it down. He wrote down the number. David asked him, Dad, you need to write down a number? You remember hundreds of books. You need to write down a number? Phone number? Are you kidding me? You know what Chamod answers? He said, you're right. Borei Olam give me a gift. But I can waste that gift. I prefer not to waste it on phone numbers and to use it to something that is much more important. We all have gifts. Let's not waste them. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, amen v'amen. Rabbi Abraham Azancot,